What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Mark here. Let's get into kind of a different video that we're going to be doing here from now on. This is something where, as football season commences, I'm proud to say that I did partner with Outlier. So we will be featuring a lot of props come football season. And so I thought, what better time than now? Let's get a head start on them. Let's start talking MLB props as we get it deeper into the season. Props is one of my kind of go-tos within the NFL betting season, and I do want to share with you guys kind of why I'm partnering with Outliers, because I use them with every one of my, when I'm doing my research every single day that I do place a bet. I use kind of these tools within the betting industry because they simply work. They save me a ton of time, and with my day-to-day and what I'm doing, there's really no better way to kind of create more time for you in your day than kind of taking a lot of the legwork out of the simple processes that, maybe the traditional way of handicapping and sports betting. So I do want to share with you guys Outlier, and bear with me. This is the first video that we're going to do just solely dedicated to MLB props. So if you guys have any thoughts or suggestions on how you want this done, I'm going to just do what jumps out to me. But if you guys are looking for stuff in specific, if you guys use Prize Picks more than I do, let me know what you want down below in the comments, because I will be glad to accommodate you guys. I'm just going to share with you kind of what's going on. There are some things that just jump out on the page, and I want to relay those to you over during this video. And I'm going to try to keep this one around 10 minutes every day. But I want to share with you guys what Outlier can provide you, because it's just something where, quite frankly, I don't think anything in the sports betting industry uses AI and data compilation in this magnitude, and it's just simply an amazing tool. So I will have a link down below in the description. If you guys want to sign up with Outlier, make sure you guys all do. Like I said, if you're out there betting $20, $50, $10, I don't care how much, $500 a rack on a simple sports bet, there's no reason on earth that you guys should not be using one of these tools to place every single one of your bets, because I don't really use them to tell me I'm right or wrong, or I don't defer 100% to them, but it's just sometimes, your gut can lead you astray, and you got to trust the numbers. And these applications and platforms, they give you the best numbers there are. So that's kind of where we're at. I do want to share with you guys what we're doing here on the channel. Like I said, football season is going to kick off. This is a great time to subscribe, smash that like button, and please turn on notification bell. You guys should all be following me on X as well, if you haven't already done so, and over on the Discord. And if you do want to become a channel member, it's a great way to give back to the channel. It's basically a Netflix subscription. It might even be cheaper nowadays, but I do this for free. These are free picks, and I provide a lot of premium content to you guys. So if you do want to become a channel member, we will be doing a lot of exclusive stuff very, very shortly in time. So thank you to all my channel members that are watching. And I know a lot of you guys watching, probably just watching because it's a channel and you haven't really you don't really dive into the prop market as much. But this video will be completely focused on props, and I'm going to share with you guys what's going on with Outlier right now. Okay, we will be doing this from a day-to-day basis, so let's get down into it, okay? So this is what we're looking at in terms of Outlier. This is what happens when you kind of just get onto the screen, right? You see, you can log in, and boom, it takes you right to their homepage, and you can see right here, insights, popular games, props, positive EV, boosts, arbitrage, middle bets. Those are what they offer, okay? And the best thing about it is it incorporates all of your sports books. So you can see right here, I have these ones active, okay? I don't really use Underdog too much, so that's kind of where these ones are the mainstays for me. They're not all of them, but they are the mainstays. And these are more daily fantasy stuff that, this is important because a lot of you guys do use that. So let's activate all these books, just because there are a lot of people that look to bet the props, and let's get down into it, okay? So the best thing that I like to do is when I wake up in the morning, I have a cup of coffee, I look into the insights, the daily insights. This is kind of where I get a lot of my material, honestly, because it gets you on page with the trends. So insights, trends, I think that word goes hand in hand. Like, for example, Cleveland Guardians 0-5 in their last 5 games at home. You could take Chicago money line. It gives you the best odds available. So we'll run through a few of these that I like that just jump off the page, okay? And you can filter this, and I have this filtered very specifically because I don't want to bet anything minus 700. I think anybody can find a winner that's minus 700. That's like betting, you take a minus 800 bet, minus 800 bet. I think that's like betting 32 of the 36 numbers on or 37 if you're playing American, on a roulette wheel. So just food for thought, but we will sort this, right? Sort these odds. We're going to not lay anything more than $1.50. So I'll just put it like that, and then you can see what's available. Okay, so get you on board with the Cubs if you're going to fade the Indians at home. All right. This is another one that jumps off the page. Alex Bregman. I like Houston today on the money line. He's exceeded 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs in 7 straight games on the road, averaging 4.6 hits, runs, and RBIs. So probably one of my favorite bets. This is why we use Outlier. I don't have to go, looking through box scores. Compiles it, gives me the best kind of option for me. So I do like Bregman over the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 135, best number at DraftKings. Okay. So we're going to keep scrolling through these, and we're going to do this all together. And I already looked at these, but I'm going to show you guys what just jumps off the page. We're not going to do a rundown, so you're going to make sure that you watch this from start to finish, okay? And like I said, if you don't want it in this style, you want it a little differently, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will kind of compile. Props are tough because there's so many props out there. We have, 15, 16 baseball games. Football the same way. There's 1,000 different prop bets we can make, and if you can't find a winner using tools like this, quite frankly, you may as well you're better off rolling the dice. Okay. Astros 5-0, last 5 at home. That's why we're all over the Houston money line today. Okay, this is another one. This is by Prize Picks. Okay, Eugenio Suarez over half hit in 8 straight games at home. He's averaging a little over a hit and a half, so you can actually get a plus number if you take over 1.5. But with Ketel Marte coming back to the lineup, I do like Eugenio Suarez to get a hit tonight. I know it's a steep number, but for all you parlay builders out there, which we will show that a little later on in this video as well, I do like him to get a hit today. All right. Another one. You could take Tyler Freeman not to strike out, under a half strikeout. He has not struck out in 9 straight games at home. Maybe 10's a magic number. That's some good odds, minus 120. However, I don't like this enough to bet it because of one pure reason. Shota Imananga's pitching for the Cubs. He gets a lot of Ks when he faces a team for the first time. I don't think he's pitched against the Indians yet this year, so I am going to not be on board with this. So I'm going to defy the trend. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But under a half strikeout, I'm going to stay away from that one. Okay. Another one within that Houston game. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Yordan Alvarez. It's juiced up a little bit because of the player name, but minus 140 DraftKings. A lot of times with props, I do find DraftKings has the best numbers, just being honest, more times than not. And if it's available in your area, Fanatics Sportsbook has some weird numbers every once in a while. They're either like 50 cents above the rest or they're 50 cents cheap. So a lot of times I do bet Fanatics, and it's a great platform too in Sportsbook because you do earn Fanatics Sports Cash with parlays. I think you get like 4%, 5%, or 6% maybe even cash back. Okay, so you can use that to buy gear from Fanatics, tickets, whatever, I think, or you can convert those to bonus bets. I don't have a sponsor with Fanatics, but I just want to share that with you guys because that is just, I think it goes a little under the radar because everybody just looks at them as simply like a clothing company, if you will. Okay, so those are a few of them. This is a nice one. Nathaniel Lau, to get a walk. 6 straight games on the road, he has walked. You can get that at even money on Prize Picks, plus 100. Like that bet. And we are going to stay away from a lot of the Prize Picks things because I want to make this more about betting and less about fantasy. But if you guys are into Prize Picks, I could do a separate one just for Prize Picks. I'm going to try to make, I'm trying to ramp up the content here because football, we're going to have a lot more time. And I do want to make more videos for football, and I'm going to branch that out. I've decided to make a video for the 1 o'clock games, the afternoon games, and then primetime games. We'll have our own dedicated video. Okay. So then we can go into another prop that I like. I do like the Yankees against the Cubs, or not the Cubs. We're saying in Chicago against the White Sox. Okay, I think that they're going to put up a lot of offensive production. Gleyber Torres to get a single, minus 115. That's not a hit; it's a single. He's averaging basically about a little over a single per game in the last 8 straight games. So I do like that one from a prop perspective. Okay, now this is another one that is very, very enticing. Framber Valdez has failed to exceed 6.5 strikeouts in 6 straight games on the road. He's averaging 4.3 strikeouts. Love this bet, taking Framber under 6.5 Ks. So if you guys are looking to same game parlay, take advantage of your boosts, your bonuses. Very nice one we could build here, and I think that's the one we're going to feature. Taking Bregman over hits, runs, RBIs. Taking Jordan over hits, runs, and RBIs. Framber under 6.5 Ks, and the Houston money line. That's a very nice same game parlay that we were able to build. Okay, this is something too that you could look in as well. Jazz Chisholm has been hitting the ball very well since being acquired by New York. Taking him over a half run to score 1 run, plus 115. He's done that in 5 straight games, as well as the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs in 5 straight games on the road, averaging 4.8 hits, runs, and RBIs. That's another plus money price. So Jazz Chisholm, couple that with the Yankees money line. I like those two very well. Okay, so let's get into this. This is something where we can look into the props, and implied probabilities, one that we're going to look into and sort it by that. And just the top 5 out there, we're going to stay in ones that have over 60%. These are going to be a little bit more odds on, but we're going to look into something that's more beneficial to bet, okay? And this is where you can find Tyler Freeman, okay? He struck out once in his last 5 games. In his last 10, this is cashed 90% of the time. So Tyler Freeman over a half strikeout. So let's take him over. Basically, to strike out 1 time against Imananga. Love this bet, minus 120. That's a great bet, odds on. I love that with an implied probability of 55%. It's extreme value, okay? So that's kind of where we're at. A lot of these other ones, if you do parlay, I'm not going to get into talking about minus, 180, minus 220. I don't think there's any value in that individually. And I'm not going to build parlays, build 10 parlays for you guys in this video. All right, so kind of where I'm at within that metric. All right. And I do want to share with you guys kind of one more thing. Positive EV. Okay, I have this sorted as well. That's where you can find a lot of these will be home runs because it shows you what is the best value for your bet. So home runs will give you the best bang. And we're going to sort this by the positive EV. You can see right here, like I said, 38, 30, 27. These are all home runs, 8-1, 10-1, so on and so forth. Okay. But let's get past the home runs, and I do want to share with you guys, I do like Jose Ramirez today. If you guys do bet home runs, he's hit a home run in 2 of his last 5 games, 21.75% positive EV, plus 420. I think that number is about right. So if you were going to bet that, I do think that's some value, as well as the likes of TJ Friedel, okay? 28% implied, positive EV, plus 800, best odds available at FanDuel. And just like Ramirez, he's had a home run in 2 of his last 5 games. So look for those 2 guys as home run candidates, all right? Also, let's get past the home runs. I want to share with you guys kind of down the board where we can look. First inning result between the Yankees and White Sox, okay? White Sox to win the first inning. You can find them. I don't know if this is a 3-way, but it is something where if you look at, I think it is a 3-way, plus 475. So if the White Sox are able to scratch out 1 run, it's at almost 5-1. That's where, this has happened 0 times out of their last 5, once out of their last 10, and twice out of their last, 3 times out of their last 20. So odds on it doesn't happen, but at plus 475, DraftKings and BetESPN, those are 2 very good positive EVs, okay? Same thing can be said about Tampa Bay in that Houston game. Same kind of betting premise. Okay, but back to the positive EV. I want to get past home runs and some of those. Okay, Chris Sale, over 18.5 outs. Okay, so we would need him to go 6 1/3, which I think he can do. 8.51% of the time. This is probably one of my favorite positive EV bets. So almost 10%. That's kind of the sweet spot, if you ask me personally, in that 6 to 10%. Plus 150 odds on DraftKings. He's done this 2 out of his last 5, 4 of his last 10, and 10 out of his last 20. So Chris Sale, over 18.5 outs, I do think is a very strong bet, plus 150. So those are a lot of nuggets within the positive EV board. And then I do want to finish this video. I want to share with you a little bit about the boost market. So another great thing about Outlier, check out the boost because this will simplify it. ESPN Bet offers these more than others where they do boost the odds. DraftKings is offering a max bet though. I won't touch that, but some of you guys will. Home run odds. I don't really bet home runs too often, but you can get, I think it's a plus 200 boost. But this is something where you can get almost plus 400 more. Teoscar, Ketel Marte, and Manny Machado each record an RBI. So if you have a free bet out there, sometimes they get offered to you from time to time. This is a great way to use it on. Plus 1600, 16 to 1. I do like this one a lot. We're going to scroll through these a little bit more. If you don't use ESPN Bet, you probably should because they don't limit how much you put on these boosts. So, I have been known to strike a little bit on that. But of these are probably the ones that's the one with the most value, okay? And, quite frankly, I went through the rest of the board, and I didn't really like any of them as well, okay? You can look into Bet365. This is kind of an interesting one. It's boosted to 700, under 5.5 hits, recording a win, and 1 total bases for Nico Horner. That's interesting, but it's not enough to make me bet it. Like I said, the one that I like the most is probably this one on ESPN Bet. Teoscar, Ketel, and Manny that all have an RBI, boosted up to plus 1600. Okay, so that'll about wrap it up. I just wanted to share with you guys kind of what's going on with Outlier, into how that works. We are going to be doing a featured video with props. I am going to be using Outlier to show you guys all that. So I gave you guys a lot of nuggets, a lot of things that jump off at the page at me. So feel free to let me know down below in the comments how you feel about this. If you want me to feature this in a different way, any tips, recommendations, I'll be glad to accept those. Like I said, this is the first video I've done just solely dedicated to props. So like I said, it's going to be more so featured on football, but I am going to do it for the rest of that Major League Baseball betting season. So you do get a second video every single day within the prop market. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Remember to check out channel memberships. Links down below for these sponsors, as well as what we have going on within the Discord and Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you guys all follow me on those platforms, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.